I moved out of my uncle's house when he announced another foster placement. My Uncle Rick isn't some evil guy or anything. He's actually pretty great. He's been fostering kids for like 12 years now, and honestly, he's helped more kids than I can count. But I was 17 and had been living with him for 3 years after my parents died in a car accident. So picture this. I'm finally settled in, got my own room for the first time in forever, made friends at school, even had this part-time job at the local pizza place. Life was actually getting normal again. Then one Tuesday night, Rick sits me down at the kitchen table with that serious face he gets when he's about to drop news. Jenna's coming next week, he says, sliding a file across the table. She's 14, been bounced around 5 different homes in 2 years. Really needs stability. I looked at the picture of this girl with messy brown hair and sad eyes, and I felt awful because my first thought wasn't poor kid. It was, where am I gonna sleep now? See, Rick's house only has 3 bedrooms. His room, the guest room that had been mine, and this tiny office space that barely fits a twin bed. Rick must have seen my face because he immediately goes, don't worry, you can take the basement. I'll help you fix it up real nice. The basement. The creepy, half-finished basement that smells like old socks and has that one corner where water drips when it rains hard. I just nodded and said, okay, because what else do you say? This girl needed help more than I needed my room. But that night, lying in my bed for what I knew was one of the last times, something clicked in my brain. I was 17. In 8 months, I'd be 18 anyway. I had been working at Tony's Pizza for almost a year, saved up like $2,000. My friend Kayla's older brother had this apartment above the auto shop where he worked, and I knew he'd been looking for a roommate. The next morning, instead of going to school, I walked straight to the auto shop. Danny was there, covered in grease, working on some beat-up Honda. Hey, you still need someone to split rent on that apartment? I asked. He looked up, wiped his hands on his coveralls. Yeah, why? You know someone? Me. Danny laughed, then saw I was serious. Aren't you like, in high school? I'm 17. I work. I can pay my half. I just need somewhere to live that isn't going to change every few months. We talked for like an hour. The apartment was small, basically one big room with a kitchenette and a bathroom that had seen better days. But it was mine. Well, half mine. Rent was $600 total, so $300 each. With my job, I could swing it. That evening I told Rick. He got that worried parent look that he'd perfected over the years. You sure about this? You don't have to move out because of Jenna. We can make the basement work, or I can talk to social services about finding her another placement. No way, I said. That girl needs this more than I do. And honestly, I think I need this too. Rick made me sit down and go through my budget 3 times. Made me promise to call if I needed anything. Made me promise to finish high school, which I did, by the way. Even helped me apply for community college. Moving day was weird. Rick drove me and my stuff over in his pickup truck. The apartment looked even smaller with my bed and dresser in it, but it felt huge in a different way. Like possibility, you know? Danny turned out to be a pretty decent roommate. He was quiet, kept the place clean, and didn't ask too many questions about why a 17-year-old was living on her own. He just treated me like a normal roommate, which was exactly what I needed. The best part? 2 weeks after I moved out, Rick calls me with updates about Jenna. She was doing better than anyone expected. She'd painted her room this soft yellow color, joined the art club at school, and had even made a friend. Rick said she kept asking about me though, wanting to know if she was the reason I left. So I went over for dinner that Sunday. Jenna was this tiny thing, way smaller than her picture made her look. She barely said 2 words through dinner, just kept glancing at me like she was trying to figure something out. After dinner, while Rick was doing dishes, she finally came up to me. Did I steal your room? She asked, straight up, no beating around the bush. Nope, I told her. I gave it to you. There's a difference. Why? I thought about it for a second. Because I'm almost grown up, and you're just getting started. Fair trade. She smiled then, first time all evening, and that's when I knew I'd made the right choice. It's been 2 years now. I'm 19, still living with Danny, going to community college part-time, and working at a better job. Got promoted to assistant manager at a different restaurant.